Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Donjo number AP-34-625. This is a bright chrome angle plate is what this is. This is a piece of equipment that is used in doors where you have a flip guard or a like a ventilating door lock on it. Ventilating is the wrong word. That's used for windows. You would have a typical door guard, but this would be the model that flips over with the yoke that would rest into the ball, and the yoke would come over and grab the ball so that when the door was opened, it would only open so far before the yoke was captured from that projecting ball mounted on the jamb. This type of door guard would be used in non-fire rated applications. You're going to see them very often, or you would have seen them certainly in hotels all the time. And those doors are going to be rated for sure, smoke rated, or a combination of smoke and fire. But because that flip guard can be flipped over, and it would be potentially put in a position to prevent the door from self-closing. That's why they're not used on fire-rated doors. But you want this in your application where you don't have them, because staff, customers will take that door, they will flip it open. Actually, I said earlier, they'll take that. What they'll do is, I said earlier, the strike is mounted on the jamb. It's mounted to the back of the door. We'll take that door open, flip the door guard to prevent the door from closing. You're running down to get ice, whatever the case might be. Without this guard, you're going to mar the face of the door. You're going to damage it, certainly. Those door closers or spring hinges are usually set very heavy to get that door to close and latch because they're fire-rated doors. So that's why you want these. So let's take some basic dimensional properties. First, since I have the caliper in my hand, the thickness of the item, not including the adhesive that's here, we're about 0.04 inch. 0.04 inch. The overall width of the item, about 31/32, as you can see. It's going to have an overall height of about 1.1 inches. Okay. The return, just heavy on 1/2 inch. Okay, so you've got all the dimensions. Self-adhesive tape on the back. A single screw as well for attaching it. You'll certainly want to pre-drill that hole. I've seen people install those and not pre-drill, and they've split the style. Now let's switch to the screen view so we can take a closer look at the template and the product catalog. And by the way, the -26 is what is what's going to give you the polished chrome look. So let's switch to the screen view. Okay, here we are looking at the screen view of this item. We've got the template. Let's take a look at that quickly. Gives you all the dimensional properties that we've already covered. Also refers to the finishes available. 605 for polished brass, 606 for satin brass, and 626 for satin chrome. Something tells me that this is available. 625 is what I'm saying isn't listed. Let's take a look. So polished brass, polished chrome, satin chrome. Okay, let's get back to the document at hand. So all the dimensional properties that we've gone over, they say it's 50 thousandths. My caliper tells me otherwise. 50 thousandths is a bit thick. You know, that's pushing 1/16 of an inch. A little bit thinner is really adequate. Now, there's a link to the product catalog that's here. So let's take that part of the part number and copy it and open up the product catalog of our accessory hardware. Then do a find function on your keyboard for AP-34. You're going to get to the page where you're going to find that item. And these are your door guards, your door flip guards. Again, if you have a fire-rated door, do not specify these on a new installation. They are not compliant at all. Okay. They're handicap. Well, I don't know that they're handicap compliant, but they are certainly I don't know that they are. Not that it, well, if you're going to use this on any door, you're probably going to be obligated to both fire and A117.1 compliance, handicap compliance as well. Okay. So anyway, it is on page 3J of this catalog. You can see the two different styles that they have here. Okay. Both of the business end will be mounted on the jamb, and that's exactly how it is that people get about themselves, you know, being able to prop it open. If you were to flip that over, that wouldn't work to get it installed otherwise. Okay. The AP34 can be used on either application. It's nice to have it returned to the corner of the door, but otherwise you can just get it self-adhesive and surface mounted as well. Okay. Now the rest of this catalog is handy because you can review all of the other accessory hardware from Danjo, a company that does a good job with pretty much everything that they sell. Pocket door passage and privacy sets, scar plates, remodeler's plates are what these are called. Obviously viewers, door guards, chain guards, definitely not handicap compliant. Elbow catches and handrails, hinge pins and window bolts. Hinge pin, what is that for? That is for if you were to take one of these and install it in place of a screw of your hinge, and then you drilled this hole on the opposite side, when the door closes, this acts as a safety feature. You would not be able to separate that door if you were to drive the pins out, at least at that hinge location. Code hooks, those are neat. Obviously that 304 is a bit more modern style. Finger pulls, that's more of a flush pull. That's 2 1/8. We'd call that a flush pull. A large scar plate. These crash chains we sell every once in a while. Edge pulls, window locks, and door viewers. Okay. Now, in the page of our item, there's a link to the manufacturer's page here. And let's finish up this video on camera. Now that link down below to the manufacturer's page, that will allow you to review not only all of the Danjo products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog, but also the individual sections of that full catalog, because the full catalog can be a bit unwieldy. These are sold as each. This client happened to buy a couple dozen of them. If you know the name Danjo, you probably certainly do because of their door reinforcing plates, the U-shaped wraparound plates or latch protectors. But when you see those other sections, they have other items, hinges, accessory hardware, trim and auxiliary, ladder poles they sell, strike plates. They do a comprehensive offering of security strikes, standard strikes, strikes that allow you to convert from one application to another. They also have extended lip strikes in the 2 1/4, 2 3/4, 4 7/8 variety. If you're doing extended lip strikes, you might need to look at raised barrel hinges or wide throw hinges, whatever the case might be. An independent company, nimble. The rare occasion that they make a mistake, they make it good pretty quick. They are able to pull the proverbial rabbit out of a hat, which we appreciate. Something's got to move. It's an emergency. Call them up. You have them on the shelf. Yep, send me a PO. I'll have them shipped out today. Occasionally they can do that. It's really appreciated. Being independent and allows them, I think, in my experience, to be nimble. But that doesn't mean that if you're owned by a large conglomerate that you aren't nimble, because that's not true at all. I'm thinking of a particular company, a specific company I'm thinking of. But their Danjo's quality is good. They'll do flat goods, kick plates, armor plates, obviously stretcher, mop plates, things of that nature. Occasionally we'll sell their hinges, as I'm looking at the list. They have an offering of pivots as well. Why should you consider Danjo? Good quality product, fair price, good people. That's why. Any questions on the part number AP-34 and a 26 or a 625 finish or any other Danjo product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.